6 minutes away for all wagers on the second here at Keeneland. We'd like to welcome in a very special guest, Jeff Platt from the Horseplayers Association of North America. It's been said that horse racing is a very segmented industry. Almost every group is represented, but it didn't happen until HANA came along that the horse players were represented. And as a fellow horse player, Jeff, I want to give you a lot of credit for what you and your organization have done.
Thank you.
First of all, tell people out there who are not familiar with HANA's mission statement what you're about.
What we're about, we're trying to let the industry know what the customer's needs and wants are. For a long time, I don't think they've really conducted themselves in a way that had the horse players' interests in mind. I'm not going to go on with a long speech about what that entails. We're just trying to give horse players a voice.
But a big issue with you guys is takeout, because racetracks don't really seem to get it that if you lower takeout, then more horse players win. When more horse players win, they will bet more money. So and everybody wins. Handle goes up when the takeout is lowered.
Right, and we're all about raising handle. Everything through the industry, purses, money for tracks, money for state coffers, it's all about handle. If handle goes up and the industry flourishes, everybody's happy. Okay?
To that point, you put together, HANA did, a top 10 racetracks in America, but it wasn't what's the most beautiful racetrack, where can I get the best hot dog?
No.
Takeout was tied into that, and Keeneland was your #1 track.
Keeneland was the #1 track. And the reason was, it's a combination of takeout, wager variety, and field size. And when we looked at the numbers, hands down, they were the #1 track.
I want to point out another thing to our audience that I think is exceptional. Instead of a boycott,
we did a pro cut.
Explain that a little bit.
We thought that by operating in a positive way, we would make the player heard. We'd have a greater effect than if we were a union and we started striking and boycotting. We want to do this in a positive way. We want to give the customer a voice.
What has been the feedback to your organization?
It's been phenomenal here at Keeneland. Nick Nicholson has literally rolled out the red carpet for us.
Well, how do people get involved with you guys?
How do they get involved? They go to our website, they read what is on our site. If they want to be part of it, if they want their voices heard as a horse player, click the sign up button and join. It doesn't cost anything. We'll keep you updated with our goals, what we're trying to achieve. You'll get emails from us, not too many. And if you have suggestions, and they're good suggestions, we'll listen to them and we'll try and get your ideas enacted. That's all.
Yeah, and obviously the majority of the people are big-time horse players and gamblers, but you're also for the horse itself. I mean, stricter medications is also something you guys are trying to get across.
One of the things we'd like to see is a standardized national drug policy, to where race day medications are the same no matter where you go. Trainers with a long list of drug violations, and they get a 60-day suspension and they're still training from their cell phone. There's a lot of players that don't like that, and it raises questions about the integrity of the game, and we feel that the integrity of the game should be totally beyond reproach. There should be no question at all that the game is on the up and up. And when you have trainers that kind of act that way, that use drugs to cheat, it's not a popular view among trainers, I realize that, but the game will be better off as a whole if it's regulated in a way that there's no questions about the game's integrity.
Jeff, some of the strongest movements are grassroots movements, and when you look at this movement, it's truly a grassroots movement. All of you are donating your time.
Yes.
You have an unofficial kind of board of directors.
Right.
And you're all meeting for the first time. A lot of you guys have been talking online, but you're meeting here at Keeneland this weekend, and you flew out on your own dime.
Yes, I did.
So there's a real brotherhood here, it seems.
There is, and it is truly a grassroots movement. There's a message board called paceadvantage.com. Every one of us.
You've been on there, right?
I have been on there. I have been on there. They love me on it as well.
They love you. Yes, they do. All right. Truly a collection of players from Pace Advantage had enough common interest that we formed together and decided to incorporate and give horse players a voice.
Jeff, before HANA came along, TVG always felt that one of our mission statements was to give a voice to the players, and we try to cover these events, and we definitely want to work with HANA, and we want to be that outlet for you to get your message out there, and we hope to work with you in the future.
Todd, Matt,
thanks, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with everything.
All right.
Jeff Platt, Horseplayers Association of North America. Matt and I will keep talking about it some more so you can get involved. And it's the one thing you always hear, Matt. Horseplayers just saying, I don't think anyone understands how valuable I am to the sport. Now we have an organization where we can get together and let, as Jeff said, our voice be heard.
Yeah, I don't even think, a lot of the racetracks even know. That's what Keeneland does a great job. I mean, they know their regular players. They know they're big players, which is an important aspect to the industry. And a lot of racetracks don't. I mean, they don't even know, which players are betting this and which players are doing that. And yeah, you're right. It is finally. It's nice for the player to have a voice after not having one for a long period of time.
On that pro cot that Jeff was talking about, one of the other guys we brought up, Mike Maloney, part of HANA, told me that they did their pro cot as an example here at Tampa Bay one day. They picked a pick 3 pool. Normally the pick 3 pool would be about $13,000. When they did their pro cot that day, it was $28,000. So they are having an effect at racetracks. You want HANA on your side, and we are pleased to announce what they are doing here on America's Horse Racing Network, TVG. Let's get back to the racing action, the second here at Keeneland.
And they're off.